Alrighty guys, so I got all my wiring done. I actually got to stand up and show you that. Can't just sit down and rest. I spliced together a bunch of sections. I think they were 15 feet sections of wire. And this is the solar wire that's pretty heavy gauge, so it's run on all my solar panels. And I still have some left there. But this basically runs all the way into here a little bit, and then way back there, all the way to the back end of the room. Now, because I didn't have wire that was long enough and seamless that goes all the way from one end of the trailer to the other, a little worried about all the connections. So I tried to do a good job doing the connections. I'm gonna have to run a continuity check on both of these wires, make sure we're good before putting the wires up there, because if I don't get proper continuity, that means there's a problem somewhere, and I don't want to have to rip everything out of the ceiling again. Speaking of rain, again, it is probably gonna rain all night again. The tank is filling up just lovely. I got about the same amount at as the bottom as I do stored at the top here. So that tape paid off bigly, hugely. And yeah, windy, crappy, damp day out. Totally el shito. The lithium batteries have slowly recovered. They're in the 12 volt range, but I have everything shut off. It's been off since late afternoon yesterday, about 5 o'clock or so when I shut everything down, and it's slowly recovering. It's getting about an amp, a steady amp coming in to top it off slowly, and I'm just gonna leave it like that because apparently we're done with the rain tomorrow and we'll have some decent weather, so then I can come back, turn the inverter on, get back to normal. But for today I think I'm done. I gotta figure out how I'm going to run the wire up in the ceiling and across. Oh god, it's gonna be so bullshit, but that's the way it is. Fun guys. So I'll do a continuity check tomorrow. My back is absolutely murdering me today. Must be the weather or something. And yeah, we'll see. Also, I may be working on Wednesday. And I'll be working for a few days at least at that job, which is good because that'll help me out again. And we'll go from there. But it's not 100% yet. But I have some work opportunities coming up here for me, which is good. I just gotta I think I gotta take a day off or something and rest my back, or take the rest of the day off and just kind of relax because my back's kind of tweaked. And chiropractor is not a thing at this moment in time. So, yeah. I don't know. With that, I may leave the fridge here because it's pissing down rain, and I really don't want to tweak my back again trying to carry that out. So could be something nasty, guys. But other than that, I'll let you know what I did do. I ordered a 36-inch section of this triple wall stainless steel Duravent pipe. Had to bite the bullet on it. It cost about stainless steel, guys, is hella expensive, and I had no choice but to bite the bullet on that and do that, because without that piece this isn't gonna work. So basically it's just a section that's gonna attach onto my T, go up, and then I attach the lid, or the what would you call it, the rain hood, on top of the pipe, and then I'm good to go. This section here that sticks out will be going through the wall, and then we have to connect that. And this whole thing will slide through the big thimble. So there's which is right over there. It's a giant kind of air gap around the outside of this as well. And then I do my connections. I have the 90-degree elbow. I have my pipe, and I'm just going to be waiting on. Well, we got to wait on that part, and it's kind of a bonus. While I'm waiting, waiting on better weather, because there's no way I'm cutting holes into the trailer in this kind of crap. No freaking way. And then if it stays cool like it's been, guys, I can probably do a test fire in this beast, and that'll be sweet. Get to try that out. Now, I've had a couple of my commenters give me a lot of good, helpful hints on the barrel stove. And some of them want me to put it on cement blocks, cinder blocks. Some of them want just put the legs up on bricks. I'm just going to put the cement board down across on the floor, and it has 3 inches of cement board that extend past the barrel stove itself on either side, and then the wall will have its own cement board as well. And cement's kind of like a thermal mass, guys, so when it gets heated up, it's going to hold the heat and slowly release it over time. Now, if I have to add other stuff besides that, if I find it's getting too hot, then that will happen. But like I said, the floor piece I'm not going to secure to the floor. I'm just going to lay it down, put the stove on top. The wall piece I have to secure to the wall with a couple screws. No big deal. And then I have the radiant barrier in the wall, in the floor, and in the ceiling. So when this stove kicks off, guys, it's going to throw the heat everywhere, and it's going to be pretty sweet. I will probably only have to... Oh, also, speaking of thermal mass, when you put... They tell you to put sand, 2 inches layer of sand in the bottom of the barrel. And then also I picked up... My dad salvaged some cast iron... like little burner things, and that's going to go on top of the sand when I put the sand in, and then my burning wood will go on top of that, so it's kind of up off the sand and all that. Now I know that's going to be a pain in the ass for getting ash out of there, but the sand will act like a thermal mass and an insulation as well, and that will slowly, you know, give off heat as the fire dies down as well. Another bonus. So that's pretty sweet, guys. And but like today, I think I'm pooched. It's actually 12:30. I got here early, 9 o'clock or something, and I don't know what I did to my back, but it's a killer right now. But at least I got all this work done, gotten the wires prepped. I'm just going to run a continuity check on it and go from there. Now, I'm probably going to leave my camera here because there's no sense of me bringing it back for just a couple videos, plus the battery needs charging here. So I'll probably leave a battery pack plugged into this camera here, charging, and go from there. And then I'll get back here maybe probably tomorrow or the next day. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully my back's feeling better tomorrow. And then I can go to town. But other than that, I'm going to have to bring some of the food home. I'm going to leave the bottled water. I'm going to leave the majority of the stuff and just bring the little tin of food home, and that will be it. And I'll probably dump the ice tray out and all that stuff too, because there's no point. And then I'll just deal with the fridge and stuff later on. But I gotta, like I said, guys, running this wire through the ceiling is going to be a major undertaking, and I really wish I left that rope up there. Because what I would do is attach to one end of the rope whatever I'm pulling and drag it across, and then I think at one point I screwed up and either cut the rope or something happened, but the rope is no longer up there, and now feeding wires in a partially finished tiny house, very partially finished, is going to be something else. But this is all my plan, and the plan with the wires, guys, if you haven't been watching, is the weather's been totally crap lately, and I want to utilize my wind turbine to send power to my lithium iron phosphate batteries that are basically powering almost everything in the tiny house. And it's kind of a good idea because I want to charge those batteries up and keep them topped off even in crap weather with no sun or hardly any sun. And that's the whole point. So I'm just going to run, I'm going to explain this as easily as I can. I have a small device back here attached to the wind turbine battery, which reads its voltage, and it also has a little load center, which a load center is you can attach 12 volt stuff to it, and it will run. So from that load center, I'm going to hook these wires, run them through the ceiling, run them back there, and hook the other end of those wires that's hooked into the load center over here. The other end will be hooked into an MPPT charge controller, which I have to program to put only the specific battery chemistry voltages and stuff that these guys run on back there. And then that will be, anytime the turbine spins up, has excess power, it shoots it back to the MPPT. MPPT processes it and puts it in the battery safely for me to use. So that's the plan, guys. Hopefully I explained that well enough, and I've never seen it done before, so I'm going to try it. And there's a lot of safeties built into it. So the MPPT, of course, is the huge safety, so it's going to regulate the power going in, and if there's a problem it will stop. And then the batteries of themselves have their own built-in BMS, battery management system, which will also monitor and protect the batteries from any nonsense. So I think we're going to be okay. And it'll be really good for the wind turbine because the wind turbine is currently hooked up to a really small battery, 44 amp hour. It's weathered, so it's way past its half-life. And I need to dump that excess power into something usable, because right now I have it hooked up so the turbine has somewhere to dump power, because if not, if you leave your turbine up and it's not hooked up to a proper battery, you will destroy your turbine. That's just the way it goes. So, because it'll free spin and wreck the machine, so not a good thing. So this way I'll be able to dump, I'll solve two issues. I'll be able to give me, all the power I want back here, hopefully, and help the turbine out at the same time. And eventually I will replace the battery back here on the turbine because its brother battery got pooched. It's totally dead. And I'm basically not even using the solar back here now. So that's the way it is. The light came on. Camera battery is El Dedo. So I'll talk to you guys on the next one.